I'm approaching on Mr. Portillo Sanchez.
Judge, I was presumptively positive for.
How did you catch that? Alcohol, fentanyl, and cocaine. That's not just a red flag, that's a whole fireworks show of violations. Judges take drug positives extremely seriously, especially when multiple substances stack up like this. What? Do you think should a judge be more lenient if someone admits and pleads? Or does a triple positive make prison inevitable?
Over and over and over. And I don't know if that's what it is that's causing everything in all these cases. But I have a sneaky suspicion that it could be due to all that. You now tested positive for cocaine, fentanyl, what else?
An alcohol, Judge.
Alcohol. You were on bond for 5 different violent cases. Goes with you? I'm sorry, Mr. Portillo. What I would like to do, because obviously now we now know that there may be a more substantive issue that may be causing all this. So what I'd like to do is have him TRAS to see how we go forward. But I'm not going to just continue to take these cases where we're basically pleading guilty, throwing him in there 30 days, gets out, he picks up another felony. We have now 4 or 5 open felonies. No, I'm not going to continue to perpetuate this revolving door of you picking up a case, getting out, picking up a case, getting out, picking up a case, and now you're testing positive. No, we will now get to the root of what the problem is and why you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, now 15. It ends today. Goes with you? We'll have him TRAS. Let's see what it says. And then, you know, but I'm not just going to continue to do the same thing in hopes that when he gets out. So, send it for TRAS. We'll come back in a couple of days, get the report, and let's see what they say on how it goes. Okay. But I'm not going to just continue to do the same thing and hope for a unicorn, because it's just not going to happen. You know?
I would like to just,
It's up to you.
I would like, I mean, if,
And
right,
let's figure out what's going on.
sure. I just want to see what I mean,
Sure.
obviously as his attorney, I need to see what his options are and meet with
And I
him.
don't want you to do anything you are not kosher or not happy with, you know? Before we do anything, you know, of course I want your blessing. And if he says no to what they say, then we just go
Have a
try.
try.
And we'll go one after the other. Just be ready, please. Okay.
Should we, I guess, set him like for Friday or something and see, I don't know.
It's probably gonna be the processing today. I don't know if it's tomorrow.
You know, there's no way. It's now 11:30. Till tomorrow, he's still gonna be in processing.
Right.
So we can't start the TRAS until he's out. Latest will probably be Wednesday is when we get it done. I would say we probably will have the report.
I'm gonna wait on mine.
Well, but he'll be set for bail review automatically, right? For Wednesday or?
But if he stays in holdover, somebody can come over there.
We usually have people come here to do the TRAS here.
Right, okay.
Here, to
Okay.
try to expedite it so that they don't sit there for a week or 2 weeks, you know, because we want to, it's not the idea, it's just to hold, just for the sake of holding, is to get it done quick so you guys can make the informed decision quick. And we'll see, you know, and the idea is hopefully he's honest and then try to get to the cause because,
The option.
you know, before there's a murder case because he's using and he does something that's irreparable, you know?
I
I
understand.
mean, how many times have we seen it? So, okay.
Thank you.
Tiger.
Judge, I forgot to approach you on this other case. It's Miss Loyola. Judge, she has an AFM in our court, but she has a felony.
So she's on bond for an assault of a family member,
Yes.
on bond for a felony assault of a peace officer, and now you pick up a new case.
And what happened was she went to felony.
Oh, hold on. I don't even think we've done probable cause yet. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You now stand charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or $2,000 fine.
Thank you, Your Honor. On March 19th, 2025, a law enforcement officer observed a white Chevrolet Silverado ahead of him on the block 12600 block of Wilcott Parkway and ran the license plate through the NCIC TCIC. Registration was shown to be expired as June 2024. A traffic stop was initiated and the law enforcement officer made contact with the defendant, the driver. The law enforcement officer observed a strong odor of marijuana, and the defendant claimed at first she didn't have anything in the motor vehicle, then confessed she had marijuana and several pipes. The defendant was detained. The probable cause search of the motor vehicle was done, and the law enforcement officer located multiple marijuana pipes. The law enforcement officer located a small bag of a leafy green substance and a black bag in the back seat. It was identified as marijuana, and the bag was within arm's reach of the defendant. Total weight of the marijuana was 0.09 ounces.
Since she has a license.
Yes, Your Honor. It does show be
Eligible or
ineligible.
ineligible? Not allowed to drive. You will now be signing an affidavit with me today promising that you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuses are. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be.
And there it is, the judge drops the hammer. Notice how she makes him sign an affidavit on the spot. That's more than words, it's legally binding. If he drives again, it's not just reckless, it's contempt of court, which can double. The trouble instantly. Be honest, do you think this kind of tough talk scares defendants straight? Or do repeat offenders just shrug it off?
Just like spent like probably 4 or 5 days there, is that
Yeah.
right? And she's out here,
The
so
day that means was I was in jail for a traffic ticket and
Uh,
a call.
I don't know if you heard that, Judge, but the day that she missed court here the first time.
No
wa-
one ever missed the
You missed
test.
it, that's right. She actually had texted me and she got taken into custody because of a traffic ticket. I have all that. So she was actually on her way to the testing and got picked over, and therefore she couldn't continue to make it there. So she's already been punished for bond revocation on the felony court, which she spent like 5 days in jail last week. When did you get out on that? Like
Saturday.
Saturdays. And so if we take her in, I know you have every right to, Judge. It seems to me like it's kind of like a double whammy for her, especially for the fact that for that first BVR, she did honestly try to make an attempt to get there. I have the phone records for that, Judge.
When someone tells me something and they repeatedly fail to recognize the conditions that we set forth, for me, it goes in one ear and it goes out the other ear. You telling me something is, when you get out the doors, you still do whatever the hell you want to do without regard to bond conditions in this court. I'm now revoking your bond. She goes with you. Well, hold on. I need to sign this affidavit so she's not going to drive. And then she goes with you. I'm sorry,
Can
John,
I-
but it's just one thing after the other. Just.
Do you want to go ahead and issue a new bond, or can I revisit you in about an hour to figure out what we want to do, Judge?
Sure.
You want to do it that way? Okay.
Mr. Mayor Pooch. Sorry, Judge, I just have,
Man,
I'm terrible. I am in this death penalty capital, so I just don't.
still?
Yes, Your Honor, we're 2 out of 3 weeks. I just have 4 minutes left on my bathroom break. Mr. Thomas tested, it looks like his marijuana levels are going down, but he did test positive for alcohol. I talked,
Mr. Thomas.
he's present, Judge.
Not only have I reinstated his bond once already, but now we're working a second bond violation for it. What do I need to do to get your attention, Mr. Thomas? Yeah, right. Justin,
Yes, Your
what
Honor.
do I need to do? Put his butt in jail?
I think we've been in felony court this morning, so I don't want you to think he wasn't here. He was,
I don't
he was
care.
great. Um,
I care about him continuing to use and continuing to do whatever the hell he wants to do without regard to bond conditions. You do what you want to do. I think I have but one choice, Justin, and to just put him in jail.
Judge, what do you think about some AA meetings or some,
I don't think it'll. When did we order him not to use?
What was the last name again, Judge?
This is Thomas, Mr. Thomas.
Positions were set in place on October 11th.
This past October, we told him not to use.
the marijuana is negligible, so it's almost out of the system. It was at 0.005, I think. I understand the court's frustration and concern.
If it's been bond conditions since October, we're now nearly April 1st. It's been 6 months. So it should have been way, way gone.
No, it was from the positive. So you admonished him on the positive not to use, and then, so this was his first test since,
February 6th.
right, and so that's what I'm saying. So the marijuana is negligible. I know it's not an excuse, but I don't know that we read all of our bond conditions about alcohol. Now, I know that's not an excuse because he signed for it. I get it. But I do want to point out to the court that the marijuana is basically out of the system. It was like, that's why I'd asked for the levels, but it was like at a 0.05 or 0.005. It was,
Alicia, do you see that?
The levels, Judge, let me see if it's in the email.
it was, I asked for that, Judge.
I know. I saw that you did. What do you do for a living? Where do you work?
So it's pizzeria. I'm a chef.
What is it?
So it's pizzeria. I'm a chef.
He's a chef at Russo's Pizzeria, and we're in school. So we are being productive members of society.
How do I know that? Am I supposed to take your word for it?
You can take his mom's, Judge. I talk to his mom pretty much on a regular basis.
Judge, if you see that number, however, truthfully, I don't know what that means. But it is a low number. So that's all I have to offer for, but.
Here's what we're going to do, is I'm putting a scram monitor on his ankle, so I know that he's not consuming alcohol. I'm now going to put a GPS monitor, and I'm giving you a curfew, because I don't want you out in the middle of the night.
This is huge. Judge Boyd isn't just threatening anymore. She's stacking real consequences. A scram monitor tracks alcohol 24/7, and GPS keeps tabs on every move. Add a curfew, and you've basically got digital house arrest. What do you think? Is this fair rehabilitation, or is it just prison with extra steps?
Maybe excuse to go back to very important cases.
Yeah, so he's back in 2 weeks to test. If he tests positive, after the 0.05 nanograms or whatever the hell it is, if he's still testing positive.
I have
then
nothing
that's it.
left to say, Judge.
All right.
I will be speechless.
All right.